Albert Puin never got to direct a superhero movie though. But wait, he did! The 1990 Captain America movie! Please don't make me do a video on that. Oh god, you want me to, don't you? Jesus, why did I put that in the script? Okay, well I'll make you a deal. If this video gets 30 likes, I'll do it. It's a win for me, because I either get 30 likes or I never have to look into that 1990 Captain America movie. You bastards.
Language!
So well done, you made me watch the 1990 Captain America movie. For real though, thanks for all those likes. But it did mean I was forced to sit through the 90s Cap movie that nobody has really seen, knowing I was going to suffer from how bad it looked, and well, the joke's on you, turns out this movie is incredible! Does it feature a likeable, wholesome man you can get behind? No! But, does it have a great story? No! But does it have cool action sequences and great character development? That's right, also no. No, it doesn't. Yeah, surprise, surprise, this movie, it hurt me. It honestly took a toll on my mental health. So you make sure you like, comment and enjoy this video because I suffered for your entertainment here. You mother...
Language!
So before I go into why I've changed this movie's title to CRAPtain, AmeriCAN'T do this all day, for those of you who only watched the first few minutes based on my analytics, here is a quick summary of Captain America in this movie. In this movie, Captain America steals cars.
You okay? Get out of here!
What are you doing? Wait a minute, what are you doing?
He can't do Captain America things. He's regularly confused and scared.
A lot scared.
Gets exhausted from doing any form of cardio. Gets frightened by goths.
Hey, bud. Get a cigarette?
Gets easily taken down in fights.
Dad!
Is a terrible driver.
What are you doing?
Decapitates women. And generally just looks creepy and sus at all times. And spends the majority of the movie just not saying much and hanging around waiting for this slow-ass movie to end. He also has rubber ears and a few times in this movie he's actually wearing the suit. Why? Why did they make that a thing? Now I can't stop looking at them. Also, is that not just Wayne Rooney? Okay, so for you legends who stick around for the whole video, I love you. But I'm going to make you suffer along through this movie with me now, okay? I'm going to skim through the film as fast as I can so you can feel like you've watched it without wasting an hour and 37 minutes of your life like I did. So, the movie starts in some unheard of town in Italy. You think for a cheesy 90s superhero movie there'd be some big extravagant explosion title card reveal, but no, it's just this. Everyone is sitting around and looking like how I feel already. And then out of nowhere this happens. People start speaking in Italian and I have no idea what they're saying because the movie only has subtitles at random times. It's a lottery, honestly. You never quite know when you're going to get them and understand what the characters are even saying. So this kid's entire family gets shot in Italy and then he gets kidnapped. We then cut to some Nazis in a castle, talk about the experiments they've been doing and show how they fucked up this poor stop motion rat, but it's super smart now and strong. Probably stronger and smarter than Cap is in this movie. It's a good thing for him he never had to face off against this rat. Then we see a woman walk in past this dickhead. And I mean, look, he looks like a literal dickhead. She's the scientist who's been doing these experiments, but she gets all stroppy when she sees they're using a kid as lab rats now. I mean, not gonna lie, I'm being asked to assume a lot in this scene because on one hand, there's again not always subtitles, and on the other, I'm too distracted trying to work out if this man has a unibrow or not. The woman runs away because the Nazis are being too Nazi for her, and then we hear sounds of them making the kid watch the same studio's version of Spider-Man, I guess. Link in the description for my video on that, by the way. They said something about only being able to use people who have some sort of physical disability or birth defect. And the Italian boy turns out to be the Red Skull.
Hitler already has a version of this super soldier, an Italian boy called the Red Skull.
We then jump forward 7 years later, and we're in America, where kids eat lemons and put their bare hands in the drink bowl. We're introduced to Steve Rogers, who looks creepy and is for some reason the same age as his mum. I mean, just look, how fucking old was she when he was born? They're celebrating Steve leaving to go be experimented on to become Captain America. Well, I'd say celebrating. They aren't celebrating because they're glad he's leaving. I just mean it's a going away party. Although this guy here seems pretty chuffed he's going. But before we can leave, this movie's Peggy Carter, who's called Bernie in this for some reason, isn't at the party already, so Steve runs, well, hops off looking for her. Basically just to show us, the audience, that Steve has a disability that he won't have later on when he's electrocuted to fuck by the doctor. Yeah, anyway, blah blah blah, I love you, I miss you. Steve finally leaves. Hold on, who the fuck is this military looking guy saying bye to him? What, is he staying with the mum? Why is he not going too? Oh yeah, and there's the Nazi doctor woman from before who's now working for the US military or something, I guess, and she tells Steve she's going to electrocute him to fuck, and he just spends the car ride shitting himself and smoking a pack of 20. We then... hold on. 1 week later? How long was this fucking car ride? Oh wait, no, that's not him. Wait, what was the point of this being 1 week later then? Yeah, this movie time jumps a lot, and for honestly, not much reason. Even if it has been a week, I'm picking up some romantic and sexual tension between Cap and this doctor, I'm just saying. Don't tell not Peggy.
Where'd you get your guinea pig?
Happens to be the best damn candidate.
Why is he the best candidate? Don't you need someone who just had a body defect or something along those lines?
His name's a secret.
Why? The whole street just had a whole leaving party about how this is happening. It's going to come out. The movie then tells you how the studio blew their budget on Superman 4 and to not expect Cap being anywhere near as powerful as Superman.
Codename Captain America. He may not be Superman, but he'll be a living symbol of what this country stands for.
Don't get too excited, audience. Then on to the actual electrocution I was talking about earlier, and at this point I thought maybe she's still a Nazi and just torturing him for fun. Just bringing in random American dudes and killing the population off one by one to conquer America, saying, oh no, we lost another subject, better bring another one in. So Steve looking like that one drunk bloke in the corner of every pub you go in apparently means the process has worked. And then surprise, motherfucker! Steve gets shot by a surprise Nazi and the movie ends. God, I wish. The doctor, scientist, professor woman dies, and he makes her a promise to never give up, even though he still doesn't really know her or what she's just done to him. Oh yeah, the guy who walked in with the undercover Nazi takes it very well that the guy was a spy and is just like, huh, what a plot twist. Turns out you really don't know some people. So despite now being made into some super soldier, Cap needs some me time in hospital to recover from a bullet. But they want to send Cap on a mission to go stop some missile or something, because he and only he alone is their only hope. No idea why still. They won't send in like the military or any sort of secret intelligence force. Just this one dude who they electrocuted the fuck out of. Sorry, I can't get over the way he looks when he turns around. I know I keep using that clip, but oh, look at him, look at him. Then Mr. Fearless Captain America is on a plane where they have an exposition conversation, and as usual, he just looks like he's on the brink of a nervous breakdown the whole time. We learn that Cap is shitting himself again because he's been given a shield he doesn't really know what to do with, and a fire retardant costume that really sticks out and fucks him over during this infiltration camouflage mission. So Cap is immediately caught because he had no training. He does manage to take down a tower though, that nobody's in. I think they were meant to be, but the movie just thought you wouldn't notice. Then everybody just blows up. Wait, how? Then Cap tries to fly, because I guess he's trying to figure out what the actual difference between being electrocuted the fuck out of made. He jumps on these two guys, but one falls really late. We then meet Red Skull, who just looks like chewed gum. He then catches Cap's shield, because he's like, yeah, this is just a toy, mate. Okay, so why is Red Skull on their side? They kidnapped him and killed his family, but he's fighting for them. Huh? So Red Skull destroys him because, again, he's had no training of any kind. He gets strapped to a rocket that he isn't able to break free from, even though it's the same restraints from earlier in that lab. He tricks Red Skull into grabbing him and threatens to take him with him if he doesn't stop the launch. But for some reason, Red Skull decides to cut his hand off, Peter Pettigrew style, instead of just, you know, punching him or agreeing to Cap's demands and then just walking away and then start launching him off again. Cap gets yeeted, and we meet some random kid who lives in Washington who won't go to bed because he wants to be the president. Does he do this every night? Like, what? This kid needs to get over the fact he lives near the White House already. So the kid decides to go photograph the White House and sees the rocket Cap is on. Cap sees the kid and then just kicks the rocket off course. I don't know, it just... yeah. He broke the wing of it or something, but it still flew all the way to Alaska perfectly fine though. We then see the kid tell his friend, who looks like the Milky Bar kid, and no joke, he's the best actor in the whole thing and he's only in this one scene.
Just gotta figure out who it was. Did he have a trident? No, we didn't have a trident. Okay, so it wasn't Submariner, and it couldn't have been Human Torch.
So, other Marvel characters exist in this? All the kids think comic characters are real? If it's the former, then again, why is Cap still the only hope? Also, Human Torch, not to the future, because Chris Evans played both Cap and Human Torch. Huh. Maybe the writers of The Simpsons wrote this if they're going to start predicting the future like that. How the fuck is that the photo the kid took? What? Oh, so they won the war without him anyway. So basically, who needs Cap? So much of their only hope. So then that kid goes on to be better than Captain America ever could have been in all his achievements. And then he even becomes president. A president who tells everyone they're going to die.
We'll all die. Slowly. But we'll die.
He's not the fun grandpa, huh? But he is the fun president. Look at them jeans.
So you want to make a deal?
Yes, sir. Yes, of course I do, sir.
Then go buy a used car.
Got him!
So this guy turns out to be a Nazi spy too. Hell Hydra again, I guess. Jesus Christ, look at Red Skull now. He's still alive, even if he doesn't look it. And how does he have hair now? They could only afford the Red Skull makeup for the start of the movie, so he's a lot less red now. Kind of looks like Azazel from X-Men First Class. So then we discover their evil plan is to...
We control him using a brain implant I have invented.
Wait, if that's something you can do, why not do that earlier then? And why not do it with other world leaders if you have this technology? What? Then two random guys just decide to find Cap's body in the snow, I guess. The guy who has no super soldier serum, it seems, after struggling to fight anyone and take a bullet, is able to remain frozen and alive in 2 inches of snow for 50 odd years or whatever it's been now.
I know it's kind of creepy being in here with this thing, but that's the way the company wants it, so...
What was that laugh?
What the hell is this thing?
A body, obviously. I mean, there's a hand sticking out of it and you can see the silhouette. So the ice barely melts, but Cap gets fully awake enough to just break out and nobody freaks out or seems to give a shit, just like the audience at this point. Then we see another picture that didn't happen because he was clearly walking away. And the president has his silhouette photo of Cap in his wallet to compare it to the one in the paper. I love how this guy has this shit photo prioritised over pictures of his wife or kids or anything. We then see the Milky Bar kid from earlier is all grown up now, and for some reason he still gives a shit about this too. And what the fuck is that tie? Never mind. All you need to know from this scene is how he hangs up the phone before finishing his line.
Here, I gotta go up in the attic, get my long johns.
So we're back in Rome again, where these Nazis spend a lot of their time, and Red Skull conveniently buys a paper to learn Cap is back.
You must intend to stop me. Can I count on my daughter to take care of this for me?
Absolutely.
Wait, hold up, he has a daughter? Who the fuck fucked Red Skull? And does she have super soldier serum powers? And why do I even care? Cap then runs from Alaska to northern Canada for reasons. Like, where's he even going? He just broke out of the ice and never stopped running. Probably to run out of the movie. I can't say I blame him. But Cap is exhausted. He can't do this all day. Red Skull's mysteriously conceived daughter and the rest of the Italian gangster Nazis find him with ease. And they brought bikes just for these cool shots. And because they knew the terrain they'd be chasing him in too, I guess.
Get in! Come on, come on!
I guess it wouldn't do much if I were to tell you that the President of the United States has sent me to find you on a matter of global importance. Not much.
It's October 17th, 1993.
Cap doesn't believe it's 1992 though, and thinks this guy is a Nazi spy too, and to be honest, it's a fair assumption because most people have been so far. Cap is once again confused and scared, and this is where we witness his first car theft.
Would you pull the car over, please? I think I'm going to be sick.
What?
Would you please pull over the car? I am going to get sick.
Oh, okay, all right. Then.
Are you okay? Yeah. Hold it! Get out of here!
For someone so confused, he very easily manages to stow himself away back to his hometown. We then get this sad, depressed, lonely montage with a great music choice.
I'm all alone in a cold, cold world. It's hard, but I'm still trying.
This is where he gets terrified of seeing some goths for the first time and runs away.
I know somewhere there's a wonderful love.
Hey! Hey, bud. Get a cigarette?
Trying to remember what I just can't forget. Feel like a stranger in.
Cap then shows off his new and improved super combat skills once again.
Bernie!
Hey, back off!
I mean, Jesus, come on, Cap. She even had her hands full with shopping. So then we meet not Peggy Carter again, but she's obviously old now, and her makeup is surprisingly actually pretty decent. Where were these prosthetics for Red Skull, huh? She has a husband, and it's a bit orcs, just like it always is, you know, when your husband meets your boyfriend. They then spend some time catching up, where she basically says she never stopped waiting for him to come back, and that's why she never moved house, and Cap is all awkward because she's old now, and he don't want to bone no more. We cut back to Red Skull, whose daughter failed him, and the movie briefly explores the trials and tribulations of being a single parent in the neo-Nazi world. We then see that the dude that Cap left stranded got back home already, somehow. Like, honestly, it's very easy for people to travel around in this movie. Anyway, he finds not Peggy's address and thinks that's a likely place to find Cap, but failed daughter of Red Skull has somehow tapped his phone and hears all of this, even though we never see them meet or any inclination that this guy is linked to Captain America that they know about. That plane travel transition scene though. Anyway, journalist guy turns up at not Peggy's house, and the husband must be sitting there like, how many men are coming after you, woman? Damn!
Slut alert!
Ooh, I wonder if we're going to get some love triangle with these guys who keep... Oh, never mind, those two are dead. So they then decide somehow, I can't remember, and who really cares at this point, that Cap is the only one who can find the old scientist woman's diary because it has Red Skull's real name in it, and that will help them find him. Oh yeah, and this guy isn't quite dead yet. He has to have his Uncle Ben moment first.
Captain America.
The daughter of not Peggy goes in to see her mother is dead.
Yes, very sad. Anyway.
And then the policeman looks like he just chokes her out just to shut her up. He's probably another Nazi spy or something, I don't know, who cares? Who cares?
Well, you know what he'd really like?
His wife back. Too soon? So in hospital, they turn on the TV just in time to see a special news report so that the movie can progress.
At approximately 11:49 Eastern Standard Time, the President of the United States was abducted from his hotel in Rome.
Cap says the diary thing they need must be back at the old lab where he was electrocuted the fuck out of. They find the old building and Cap walks straight into the woman's toilet because he's a pervert.
You can't go in there.
I mean, he does look like one, come on. Then a load of people dressed like Pulp Fiction turn up, somehow knowing where he is again. For some reason too, all that equipment has remained untouched and just left there. It's not like the government or military or whatever would have cleared the area before they abandoned it. Cap finds the diary, so we learn Red Skull's name. The bad guys enter the building, and one of them clearly doesn't know how to hold a gun properly. So eventually they get discovered, and Cap somehow survives this.
Oh boy.
The bad guys take the diary.
Your Vasili's diary. I'll take that for the Red Skull.
I'm taking the thing we need for the name of the villain. No idea why Cap doesn't have his shield, by the way, but he has to improvise. We then see not much for the next 10 minutes, really, to be honest, because it's so fucking dark. All I can really make out is Cap missing this punch and then flipping like 10 times in the air for no reason. I think he kills the dude to end this fight. I don't know. Now, honestly, I can't remember if Cap just remembers what he read in the diary or they got it back during that fight in the pitch black. And I can't be asked to go back and watch it because who cares? Who the fuck cares? So they're driving along to an address they found in the diary and Cap gets bored, so he decides to whip out the old favourite. No, not his little Steve Rogers, even though that smirk suggests it could be. Anyway, he smirks as he loves doing this. He's an expert at it now.
Sharon, could you pull over for a minute? I think I'm gonna be sick.
Wait a minute. What are you doing?
Thanks for your help.
Thanks for my help.
Bye, bitch!
He should have been the villain. His best and literally only skill in this is stealing cars. Anyway, back to Red Skull and his Italian Nazi castle, where he has the president now and makes a made in Japan joke.
So easily deactivated. But don't worry, next time we'll have it made in Japan.
It's all good.
The Italian gangster Nazis tell the president that they've removed his tracker from inside his mouth so that nobody can find him, but then somehow they don't notice when he manages to steal some hydrochloric acid. He should have pulled out the old Captain America and said, "Oh, I'm gonna be sick," and then just grab it and run away.
Hello?
Buongiorno. Qui sopra. Cosa volete?
Excuse me, this movie doesn't always have subtitles. What did you say? How the fuck did she get there so quick?
Viaggi a disturbare.
Dovete attraversare il cancello.
And thank God she just so happens to speak fluent Italian now too. This movie goes on such a long mission to discover Red Skull's name and true identity when the reveal really doesn't matter. We as the audience already know where he's hiding, and again, who cares? Who the fuck cares? So Cap and not Peggy are sitting at a cafe and oh my God, how do they keep finding him? Even Sharon is like, hey, I recognise you. And you look like a villain. Her face really does say it all. She's the one who spots the gun, but they make it so Steve sees the reflection while she tells him so that he saves her and looks like the hero, even though he's just fucking useless in everything he does. Then we see more bad shooting and a little bit of a chase that involves two kids who don't seem to be alarmed or care that a car is approaching them at full speed. Ugh, male drivers, am I right? My favourite scene in the movie right here, when she's just had enough and doesn't care to be caught. She just wants this all to end too. Oh wait, no, sorry. What happens next is actually my favourite part. Captain America tries to be Captain America, but just breaks his ass.
What are you doing?
Hang on, Sharon. This bike's got no brakes.
Captain America can't ride a woman very well. So they escaped everyone, got out the ocean, back to the cafe before the police find this purse belonging to Red Skull's failed daughter, and then nobody goes after her to check that the bag is actually hers and she's not just some thief. This tells them where Red Skull's failed daughter lives, and for some reason she has the location of the hidden Italian Nazi castle lair as her address on her passport. No wonder her dad fucking hates her.
It's him.
Is it? I mean, this is what he looked like when you last saw him. So they make their way to Red Skull's castle and they get found again like they always fucking do. But it's not lazy writing, I just think it's bad luck.
We have like the worst luck.
I'm starting to think Captain America has a longer history than we realise stealing cars, because he drives so well that his Fiat outruns a Porsche. He gets a taste of his own medicine next though.
Bye, bitch.
Ha! That's what you get. Calm as a bitch if you are. Also, can we just acknowledge how it takes him until she's driving away for him to realise she's leaving him? Her locking the door, throwing the shield away, and saying he'll have a better chance on his own
You have a much better chance on your own.
wasn't enough for him to realise that she was taking the car. He's so freaking dumb. So she gets herself caught and locked up in the castle.
A word of advice, my friend. All this frowning all the time is very, very bad. If you are not careful, you will end up with terrible lines. Here. And here. And here. Like your mother.
My mother? Sounds more like your father, bitch. And so Cap makes his way to the castle on foot, probably after like 3 hours because he's so unfit. And then he just starts climbing the castle walls. Fortunately, the president sees that she exists in order to rescue her later. He uses the acid to escape. And how the fuck does he know her name is Sharon?
Sharon.
This is the first time in your life you've ever laid eyes on this woman. Amazingly, they don't see him, and this 65-year-old president legit runs just as fast as Captain America. Red Skull is somewhere else in the castle talking to cliche-looking evil doctor with a twirly tash. Okay, seriously, he's not even red anymore. His prosthetics are getting less and less. Jesus, he's still climbing. What did this serum even do? The president gets caught and says, "Fuck you, Red Skull, you can't put a thing in my head and control me if I'm dead." So he does what I want to do 1 hour and 30 minutes into this movie and just yeets himself off the ledge. And Cap actually does something for once. Only took him 90 minutes, for fuck's sake. And it kind of makes me laugh, because the one time he does something, it actually helps the villain. Because surely the president still being alive is a good thing for Red Skull. Then again, he didn't seem very happy that Cap saved him. But I'm guessing it's because he's pissed that Cap is back, even though he's never proven to be a threat to him or anyone but himself. Then again, I wouldn't be surprised if this movie is trying to tell me Red Skull somehow doesn't see that Cap saved him from here. So the president tells Cap he's been his lifelong fan ever since he almost blew him up as a kid, and somehow Cap realises that fucking picture is him on the missile that night. They escape together and Cap just casually tells him that his best friend for life is dead.
Sam wanted me to give this to you. It was the last thing he said before he died.
Great way to break the news, Cap. Jeez. They fight their way through some bad guys, and luckily one of them has a phone that can connect to a base for the president to call. Cap finally makes it to Red Skull, who's already imposed on his throne and chilling like a villain.
You remain a clownish symbol that no one cares about.
Red Skull is 100% right.
I care.
You're the only one, Cap. Sharon gets super turned on by all of this and then manages to fumble her way out. Red Skull throws a wooden chair at Cap, thinking that this will do something. Captain America is still just useless during this fight. Literally though, the president is better than him. He even uses the shield better. He's the real Captain America in this movie. He runs just as fast, he fights, and he uses the shield better. He escaped his cell. He achieved loads of great things in his life. How is this movie telling me that he needs saving by this clown? He even saves Cap.
Mr. President! Thanks.
So the final boss fight progresses to here, and why is there a piano? Why, movie? Why? Oh wait, yeah, his child at the beginning, he was playing the piano. Oh, who the fuck cares? Red Skull's character transformation continues as he's just Scarface now for some reason. He's also added mascara now too. Then he says he has a bomb that can blow up Europe. Oh, do it please, it'll probably kill me too so that I can end the misery of having to watch this stupid movie. Okay, for real, what anti-aging is this guy using? He even has eyelashes now and hardly any scars left. Oh, he's so shit. So Red Skull was Christian Bale now. And how does he miss shooting Sharon when she's literally just lying out in the open? Then Captain America uses the power of love or something to remind Red Skull his origin and say what I've been saying all along, that why would he support the Nazis? Red Skull Bale then realises he's right or something, but says he's going to put them both out their misery with this nuke that he has. So Cap, actually for the first fucking time in this godforsaken movie, successfully hits something useful with his shield and yeets Christian Bale off a cliff. But the device went with him, so isn't Europe still going to blow up? No? Okay then. Cap decides to go for the 2-for-1 deal with a shield throw and I guess decapitates the daughter? I don't know, but this smug fourth wall break either confirms he did or he just saw another car he can go steal again.
President Kimball asks that we remember the many people who have gallantly sacrificed all to make our world a better place to live. The president closed his statement with this odd message. To Captain America, wherever he is, we're all back in the fight.
God, even the credits are boring, even when they're not just basic black and white ones. Wherever he is. What the fuck do you mean? What do you mean? So he really did steal a car and disappear again? What the fuck?
Language.
Shut up, good Captain America. That's the end of the movie. Thank God. I had a horrible time.
Hey, if you're a fellow film fanatic and serial TV show binger, this is the place for you. Be sure to check out all of the videos I have here discussing the latest movies and shows and generally just having a good old time. I'd love to have you around, so make sure you click that subscribe button and that bell thingy to be notified of all future videos. Now stop watching this and go check out the videos.
I'm still going to tell my kids this is Captain America the First Avenger though. Oh come on. It was you guys who made me watch this for your own entertainment. Why can't I do the same to somebody else?